So welcome everybody. We are very excited to have Eric here with us today. He is the top guy both in the major platforms, BugCrowd and HackerOne. So thank you so much for your time today, Eric. We only have a few questions for you today, and we have a pretty big community now in the Red Team Village and also at Grey Hat. So thank you again. First question that I have for you is, how did you get started with bug bounties? Did you have any prior, pen testing experience? Or cybersecurity experience and so on?
Sure. It's nice to meet you, Omar. I can say that I got started about 5 years ago. My daughter was about to be born, and I wanted to stay home with her. I first looked into the Google bug bounty program. It was like people would actually pay you to hack, and it was cool and it was okay. And that was a really amazing opportunity. And I did mobile for them. So I hacked into, I think, Google Plus and Google Hangouts and found some neat bugs, and they gave us money. We're also kind of backs up against the wall. Didn't have a job. It was about 20 grand, 20, 30 grand in credit card debt without any opportunity. So not the opportune situation I'd want anyone else to be in. It was 7 days a week from the time you woke up to the time you went to sleep. Really didn't have an option had to succeed to pay the bills. And it was a necessity. I wanted to spend time with my children, or child at that point. There's 2 children now here. And I'm also sick. I've got a cough drop in my mouth. I don't know if that's going to interrupt any of my speech. That's how I got started into it. Self-taught. I applied to university. Marks weren't high enough to get in. So it was just learning what I could and trying to apply it out in that way.
Awesome. That's an amazing story. That's awesome, and kudos. Right? I mean, people that go to formal training have a lot of time in their hands, and companies that sponsor them, they don't even accomplish, not even a tenth of what you have accomplished. So, kudos. Thank you. Phillip, I think that.
Yeah, that's a great example for people out there that don't want to go the college route, that you can do self-study and succeed. A lot of people wonder if you can make a living off bug bounty, and this is proof. All of us out there that's ever played around bug bounty or was interested in always wondered if you can make a living. So that's pretty cool. So what are your favorite top 3 tools that you use for bug bounty?
Top 3 tools. Every day I still use Visual Basic 6, which is about 30 years old, as my core programming language. I learned that in high school, and that dates my age. Back then, it has a nice socket-based programming. It works. It throws something of a quick graphical user interface. I use that. I use Wayback Machine. Lots of really cool stuff to be able to just see what used to exist and try to use it as paths, learn from the past. And I have a tool on my computer. I'm not on it now, but every 30 minutes it locks my computer and makes me walk for 10 minutes. And pedometer app I wrote that monitors that. It plays a guided meditation for myself. So the biggest tool for me is just to take a break, because I did in the past just sit there and grind and try to force it, and the answers don't come. For me, most of the aha moments or solutions come when I'm not sitting there. So it's priming, doing the work, and taking a break, and back and forth. That tool I have. Yeah, those are 3 things. Those are 3 things I think that make my life in bug hunting work the best.
Yeah, it's very unique and interesting concepts. I mean, you're used to people using Burp Suite, or some other type of recon scripts. So that's pretty cool that you're still using Visual Basic, and also good. A lot of people, especially during social isolation, not taking breaks. So there's some good tips on not being burnt out and taking care of your mental health.
Yeah, it's if I go on meditation retreats, or did in the past when we could see people. We're doing them still virtually. Sit for a week in silence. And the way I have it set up, it's like I could have spent the whole day meditating while I'm working, because those breaks keep you, I guess in the computer terms, as your task manager or process manager. You're freeing up CPU and RAM so that you can operate more efficiently, or defragging the hard drive. You're just continually helping the mind and the body to be at peace, as opposed to the other focusing down, grinding out, burnt out. And you can finish the day of work and bug hunting and still be in a great state.
That's awesome. Great tip.
That's an amazing I guess guidance to people. I myself, I worked from home even before the pandemic and everything else, and now that everybody's working from home, we get burned out, right? From the moment that you actually wake up, you start checking emails, you start doing some work, then you move into your extracurricular activities. You look in the clock and it's midnight, right? And then you repeat
Yeah.
and repeat and repeat. I actually should take some advice from you because burnout is absolutely real. Now, talking about that, if I was gonna start right now with bug bounties, what are some of the tips that you will say to people that are getting started, right? Something to focus on. They should focus on programming before they go into bug bounting. Should they focus on networking before they go into that? What will be your recommendation?
I guess interests, opportunity, and necessity. If that can be your motivator for action. So if there's something that you're interested in, that's going to have the natural, it's going to be fun. It's going to motivate you to do it. If you're trying to go uphill or something that you find, I don't want to do that. If you do that every day of your life and you're getting into it, it's going to be really hard. So if there's some aspect of like bounty or tech that you've got an interest in, then that would be a great path to go down. It's going to motivate you to go deeper and be fun, because you're going to spend most of your life doing it. If it can be fun, it's a good hand in hand in that way. Opportunity is a situation arising is, do you have a certain skill set you're bringing into it from the past? And that could be really awesome to try to apply if you've done a lot of mobile development or you've done hardware, or if you've got those skill sets, then that opens that door and maybe that's an easier path to go into it. And necessity was like me, back up against the wall. You need the money. You can't get out. It can be a motivator in some situation. Are you isolated at home like many other people? Well, and you don't have opportunities, this could be a time maybe to donate more time towards this because that necessity is forcing you there. So yeah, even outside of bug bounty, those are the three things that usually work well for me: interest, opportunity, and necessity to apply for anything you want to do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. So do you focus mostly on web application, or do you also work with hardware and embedded devices?
Hardware and embedded devices confuse me. I don't play with them. Some kind of companies sent me hardware. I tried to send them back to them to try to get hacking them. I don't have much luck with them. Probably the programming language is more like assembly or something else, which really isn't my strong suit. I started doing mobile, which was great. And it was fun going deep into the mobile apps. And I really couldn't automate out that way. So I switched from that more into web apps because there's just such a wide attack surface and can have programs continually running to scan. So web apps is mainly what I do now. I guess I did cloud in the middle, like maybe cloud is web apps. So mobile, then like Amazon, finding all sorts of insecurities that way. And then more web pages that generally have vulnerabilities that way is what automates now. Yeah. Cloud-based and web apps.
Awesome. Now, one last question. If you were starting again right now, and this looks like an interview for, I guess, a job type of question, but if you were starting right now, what would you do different, or would you do basically the same that you did before?
I think
I'm talking about more into the technology aspect, not only bug bounty, right, but in technology and security, etc.
Learn to trust others earlier. Some of the collaborations that I finally were able to trust with others, it makes life so much easier that you can take your secrets and trust them to someone else, and they're not going to take and run away with them. Collaboration has been really important to learn new things, and then also have that connection. Right now in the isolation, that you still have people, hey, it's you. And we recently did a live hacking event and we connected over Zoom, and it was kind of like being there in person, because most of the time you're staring at your screen and you can just hear the people. And the fact that you can still hear them was like, oh, this kind of feels like we're there in person. So yeah, I guess learning to trust and connect with others. If I could have taken that advice earlier, it would have helped. That's what I could go back in time and tell myself.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all the questions that we have today. But thank you so much for your time today. I've really appreciated it, and also to Phil as well. With that said, we'll conclude this segment.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Good to see you.